Hello, I'm going to be talking about the research presentation over empowered learners. To start with, the standard of the ITSE standard is students leverage technology to take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating competency in their learning goals informed by the learning sciences. So just to dig a little deeper, the empowered learners articulate and set personal learning goals, develop strategies leveraging technologies to achieve them, and reflect on their learning process itself, actually the actual learning process itself, to improve learning outcomes. Empowered learners also build networks and customize their learning environments in ways that support learning process. They use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. And lastly, the empowered learners understand the fundamental concepts of technology operations, such as demonstrating the ability to choose, use, and troubleshoot current technologies, and to transfer their knowledge to explore emerging technologies. So to kind of dive a little more into the empowered learner, just with integrations in the classroom, I like to think of the empowered learner as a choice learner. So taking the idea of understanding the fundamental concepts of technology, the use of classroom technology, as well as enhancing it for learners is important to demonstrate and model these tools for future generations. So not only do students really have the choice in their learning, but the teacher facilitates, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So for choice learners, I have a couple different Web 2.0 tools to help students customize their learning, but also to allow for more adaptable technology and comfortability with that technology. The empowered learner usually is one to want to customize his or her own learning, and the teacher stands back and sort of facilitates that learning. So one is the storybird.com, and the other is www.noredink.com. I personally use NoRedInk constantly in my classroom, and I'm going to kind of dive into what we do with that on an everyday basis.
All over the world, students are turning in papers and getting them back covered in red ink. They see all the red marks, but don't know how to improve. And essays with well-intentioned feedback often end up in the trash. Teachers are swamped with papers, so most students just get passed from grade to grade, never getting enough practice to get better. In the meantime, kids are texting, tweeting, and blogging, making disciplined writing seem boring and increasingly difficult. This all amounts to a broken feedback loop, failing test scores, and poor confidence. But what if grammar were fun? What if all the questions were about kids' favorite pop stars, football players, and friends from class? What if every time a kid got a question wrong or made a mistake, he could get help on it right away, and students could go at their own pace, reviewing or cruising ahead as much as they needed? Welcome to NoRedInk, a groundbreaking online interface that helps students improve their grammar and writing skills. As students use the site, the system learns about them, figures out what they don't know, and gives them various tutorials to help them get back on track. Teachers can use color-coded heat maps to see exactly where kids are struggling, and they can give assignments, quizzes, and practice exercises specific to each student's needs. Schools can even track how specific demographics are doing, helping them raise scores on important standardized tests. NoRedInk is a fun, adaptive, and social solution to a long-standing problem. Are you sick of red ink? Sign up for free today.
Okay, so again, NoRedInk really does kind of dive into the adaptive ways of learning for students. And truly, I think the empowered learner would definitely customize this and be able to confidently learn on their own pace, as well as it's something different, and I think they would truly enjoy it. So the perspective of the student based on the article Visual Literacy. The problem of the 21st century is the problem of the image. Students focus more on technology and culture, stating that our students are more digital natives who are intuitive visual communicators compared to other learners from different generations. So we as empowered learners in this day and age set goals in order to succeed with learning. The empower learners customize their learning experience and use technology for feedback and further learning. When it comes to a teacher's perspective, teachers create an environment for all types of learning as well as all types of learners. With that being said, the idea of empowered learner, one who strives for conceptualizing and knowledge behind technology and Web 2.0 tools, will help any teacher become a better educator for future generations. Also, the teacher is facilitating the student's learning, and that's what's most comfortable for the empowered learner. And last but not least are the sources that I used for this presentation. And that is my presentation over the empowered learner for ITSD standard.